Well, hello, you guys, and welcome to Dog Hugs. You know, great to see you guys and your new haircuts. How was your
Yeah,
week?
all of us.
Yeah, we're in sync. We love that haircuts. Yeah, spiders do, but it's not that one yet. Come on, buddy. Come on back up there. Attaboy. Yeah. Hey, you know, he's getting better. A little bit better. Yeah. I think I'll get started with him on his big box. Come on, let's first give us a hug, Spider. Attaboy, little boy.
He has so much to say, though. He has so much to say.
He really does. Yeah. Good boy, Spider. Very good.
A weekend worth of talking to go through.
Yeah. So I'm going to get Spider started. If you're new to the show, this is his busy box. It's filled with towels. Each towel is a treat. So that Spider, he was just ready to walk right on top of the desk onto camera, and off he goes. Go ahead, Spider. Yeah. And now he's over there. He's going to get busy for a little while, and we'll get him going with the next one. Yeah. So how does it feel getting your new hair?
Oh my gosh. So we got the poodles groomed on Thursday, and I got me groomed on Friday. We've all been waiting 3 long months, so I'm feeling like a new woman.
Nice. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I got my hair done on Friday, but I groomed my own dogs on Thursday.
Well,
I groomed them first.
Spider's not yet been groomed. He got his bath, I guess, a week ago, and but yeah, I feel aerodynamic.
I do too.
It's been a long 3 months.
Yeah. Well, there's a hero inside of each of us during this time.
It is.
Starting to really come out. And you folks at home, tell us how about that hero inside of you that we're so eager to shine a light on. We'd love to know how you guys are doing. Yeah, Spider would love to know how you're doing.
Spider would like to tell you how he's doing.
Yeah.
No, he really is doing great. He has made great strides in just like it's been a week or so.
Yeah.
Of changing things. That's 7 days, and I know in dog years that's a long time, but in people years it's not that much.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that vote of confidence there. Yeah.
So have patience. Have patience with yourself. It's really important because Spider's going to react to that patience with yourself. He's going to react in a better way towards your leadership.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to bring out the best in him, bring out the hero in us. We're very fortunate. In a little bit, we're bringing out a guest who's a real hero. And we'll introduce them. You'll meet Aladdin and Michele in just a moment here. But before we do that, we've got some big holidays coming up. And in particular, we're going to point toward the 4th of July. Not only is that the time where I met Spider for the first time some years ago, but and made a film with him. We met on one of my film sets. But that's a time for safety. The 4th of July in America is equated with a lot of noise for dogs.
Yeah.
So very scary.
Is there something that you can introduce folks to about what we're going to be covering this month?
Absolutely. And it's such an important time right now to begin focusing on that aspect because your pets need some training wrapped around that before the event happens. So this is a great time to start doing some counter conditioning. But before you can actually decide what type of need your pet has, I suggest we start playing a little music that sounds like fireworks. There are some soundtracks you can start playing. You can actually start seeing what level of distress they have, and then we can go from there with many suggestions. So that's my advice, to start there, have that be part of your takeaway on beginning fireworks training right now.
Very
Cats
good.
and dogs. Yes,
Getting
both cats
getting
and dogs.
acclimated. And as we go through these weeks, we'll let's get all of us ready to have a really safe and successful and liberating 4th of July.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's keep the shelters empty.
Yes.
And this is a first for me because I've never had a dog who's scared of fireworks.
Oh.
Hazel is the first one, and this will be our first year with it. And because she's so scared of just regular loud noises, I can't even imagine what she's going to be like for the 4th of July. So I'm really glad that we're talking about this now so I can start working with her, because the last thing she needs is something else to be afraid of.
Amen.
Right.
Well, welcome to our guests here. Thank you, Sylvie, for coming in from France. And is cuckoo a French word, or is that a place? Pardon my not being able to speak French, but Sylvie, if you're able to share in English, let us know, or somebody else who speaks French. Really, really glad to have you from wherever you are in the world today. Geraldine, why don't you introduce our special guests today?
First, I'm going to introduce my tissue box. You might want to grab a couple of tissues. It's blue for a couple of reasons. It's blue because of things that are going on in the world right now. And it's also blue because my heart hurts for the situation that led up to the positive events that came out of it with the guests you're going to meet today. But I'm going to cry a couple of times, I'm sure. If I cry too much, Larry, just push me to the side, like mute my video. Because I love the people that are coming on today. They are so near and dear to my heart. So Michele has had such an impact, not only in rescue and what happens to dogs pre being rescued and shining a huge light on it, but they're also Hero Award recipients, Hero Dog Award recipients that matter, because not only is it a true hero story, it is actually a hero dog that went from being so abused to walking into hospitals with children who are so confused and don't know how to go on the next day. And this dog brings them hope. Cannot wait to bring them on. I'm so honored that they said yes. And I just bumped into them just 4 months ago by accident. So it's so nice to see her in them in any form, anytime. Michele and Aladdin.
All right, let's bring them in. Welcome, Michele and Aladdin.
How are you?
Hi, it is really great to see you. So let's see here. I want to make your screen bigger so we can see you real well. So tell us.
Michele is on the beach today. I'm very envious of that fact. It looks like it's just gorgeous there, and what a wonderful place to be right now, out in the open.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, and I see Laddie laying right next to you, very happy and sweet. I would love to hear all about, in a little nutshell. I know that you're really great at summarizing exactly what happened to him without making me cry too much, because you've done it in front of me multiple times. And I would love for you to share that story with all of our viewers.
I am part of Lilo's Promise Animal Rescue. We are the oldest pit bull rescue in New Jersey.
Michele, can you come closer to the microphone? We can't hear you.
Okay. Whoops. Is that better?
There we go. Yeah. Yes.
So, and
Go ahead
Aladdin.
and start again about Lilo's Promise.
Yes. So I'm part of Lilo's Promise Animal Rescue. We are the oldest pit bull rescue in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. And we take in pit bulls that have been abuse cases or have behavioral issues, the dogs that tend to be euthanized in the shelter. So I do the emaciated dogs, and Aladdin came to us in 2014. Someone had starved him, he had multiple broken bones, 12 missing teeth, and someone had left him at the side of the road. And the shelter reached out to me about taking him, and he weighed 18 pounds. He's about 42 pounds now, and he was in very, very rough shape. So he had extensive rehab, and he ended up having a surgery on his leg. But within 9 months, he became a certified therapy dog. He just has this special quality about him. He really can sense when someone needs him or somebody is in pain. And he has been a therapy dog for over 5 years now. And we've traveled all over the United States. We work with a bunch of different groups, Best Friends, Humane Society of the United States. And he was selected in 2017 to be the therapy dog of the year for American Humane. So that was an amazing honor. But he's done quite a bit in the amount of time that we've had him.
Tell folks what a therapy dog does.
So a therapy dog provides service to many people as opposed to a service animal who provides therapy to just one person. He visits hospitals and works with people that are ill. He visits with them. He's a Ronald McDonald House ambassador dog. We're there every week in Philly visiting the kids at Ronald McDonald House. He does crisis response work as well. He's a certified crisis response dog. We were first responders in Orlando after the Pulse nightclub shooting. He does hospice visits. He does quite a bit of varied therapy work. He doesn't just work in one area.
That is a lot of traveling. So you've been to each of these places with him.
Yes, he actually is an ambassador for State Farm's Kindness is Powerful program. So we visit schools all over the United States, teaching kids humane education, how to greet a dog. Last year, he was the first ever dog to present at a major insurance conference. It had insurance executives from all over the United States, and we spoke to them about breed restrictions and how it affects dogs like him, dogs that are in the shelter. People can't adopt them and bring them home because their insurance company refuses to insure that specific breed. And what a difference it makes when you don't have a breed ban. Like State Farm has no breed ban at all. They insure every type of dog. There's no extra cost with State Farm because you have a dog. And that enables dogs to leave the shelter and go to homes, and then people don't have issues with their insurance. So if every insurance carrier did that, a lot more dogs would be able to be adopted.
So BSL, folks, or breed restrictions, means that in some places there are breed-specific laws saying that, for example, pit bulls are inherently dangerous, that there's nothing to be done. They can't ever be wonderful pets or therapy dogs. And so Aladdin and Michele are testament to disprove that very harmful myth. Yeah, thank you for that work.
Places with breed-specific legislation, there are certain places where you can't have a pit bull, like Miami, Denver. But when you have breed restrictions, any insurance company or any company in the United States can have a breed restriction. They can stop you from having a certain breed in their apartment complex. They can not provide you insurance if you have a certain breed. I mean, it affects people everywhere. I don't know if you're a baseball follower at all, Larry.
I am.
But Mark Burley, he played for Chicago. He's a pitcher. He was transferred to Miami. He has a pit bull. He could not live in Miami because he had a pit bull. Either get rid of your dog or live 45 minutes outside of the city. And you would think that people like him, you know, he has a lot of money. He's not in a typical situation, would be able to have his dog where he played, where he lived, and they could not. They had to live 45 minutes outside of the city. Then he transferred or traded to Toronto, who doesn't allow pit bulls at all. And he and his wife made the decision to live apart during the season. So his dog would stay with his wife and children instead of giving the dog to a family member during the baseball season. So it affects everyone everywhere.
Definitely.
Tell us about the training that you did to become certified as a certified therapy dog.
Well, he actually, he hears your dog barking and he's looking. Who is that? So he has a very calm temperament. I can take him anywhere. He has no issues with noise or people. And that's one of the main things that you look for in a therapy dog, a dog who's good in all situations, who's good with other animals. And then after that, it's basic obedience training. And then once they finish the obedience training, it is like they push a wheelchair, IV pole, things that you would find in hospitals so dogs don't react to them and remain.
That makes noise, stuff that's weird, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah.
Self-composure.
Yes. When we did
He's self-composure.
training, that was we had to be able to work with victims who were in like a smoky room with sirens going off, people coming up to us speaking different languages that he didn't understand, and he had to remain calm the whole time and go from victim to victim and work with different people. So
that sounds very sophisticated. And how long did that take?
Training him to do that, I did his training a couple weeks, but he, like I said,
a couple of weeks.
Yep, not
So there's a reason behind that, Larry. He had been through therapy and recovery and had spent a lot of time with Michele. So she already had a pretty good grasp on his everything, his je ne sais quoi, the way he did everything. So he is a different scenario than a normal dog. He is been elevated through trauma.
Yeah.
So,
elevated through trauma. Wow.
Yeah.
That which does not destroy us strengthens us. Wow.
Yeah, he has an amazing temperament. He really, I can take him into any situations. We've been to NFL games where there's 80,000 people there.
He's just chill.
Yeah, he's so chill. I mean, he flies all over. As soon as he gets on the plane, he's just going to sleep, and he'll sleep until we get there, whether we're flying to LA or Florida or wherever we're traveling to. So,
and I'm lucky enough to be able to bump into her through the airports. So and both of them, it's wonderful. It's great therapy for me.
You know what, Geraldine? Tell that story briefly. It's a great story.
So I was at the Orlando airport last January.
Now, where do you live, Geraldine? Not in Orlando.
No, I live in Overland Park, Kansas currently, but I call the world my home because I travel so much. And I happened to be heading to the Eastern Veterinarian Conference with the Yummy Combs people, and I was standing on the curb with them waiting for our taxi. And about every other airport visit, I bump into someone I know. And I just had this tingling feeling, and I turned to them and I said, I'm about to bump into somebody I know. And Michele and Aladdin, not even 10 minutes later, come walking down our sidewalk. There was no way for her to not bump into us. And I just went into a frenzy. I couldn't wait to hug them. Got my dog hug for the day. So it was, I just love those moments. And I know that when they're coming, I get the goosebumps. I get goosies.
well, it's funny. He has a Facebook page, Aladdin Nation. He has about 30,000 people that follow him on that. He has Instagram and Twitter. So a lot of times when we travel through the airport, people will see him and yell Aladdin. And my son was traveling with me. He's 22. We were headed down to Orlando for the Pro Bowl game. And he couldn't believe that A, people were yelling Aladdin's name, and B, that we actually ran into someone who knew he was in a stroller, and you recognized him right away in the stroller, and then you looked at me because of course everyone looks at the dog first. But he gets
even in my own neighborhood, people don't know my name, they know Spider's name.
Yeah.
They did say, wait, you recognized Aladdin first. And I started laughing. I'm like, yeah, I kind of did, actually. I always look at the dogs first. It's my, habit. I'm a creature of habit.
What? Yeah. What are you? Quiet, Spider. Thank you. What are you doing during the pandemic? I mean, usually you're traveling around, right?
Well, we're not traveling, no. And it's been kind of hard for him because he's used to working all the time. So he went from traveling, seeing people, visiting with kids, to being a house dog. And we
Right.
did Facebook Live visits with people, with some of the first responders, and with some of our Ronald McDonald House kids. And really, we do actually a podcast every Friday with Victoria Stillwell and State Farm. But other than that, he really has not been doing a lot. And it's funny because you don't realize how much like going out and working affects a dog until they can't do it.
True.
Correct.
If folks wanted to consider being on the road with their own dog toward being a therapy dog, do you have a recommendation or two for them?
It is difficult to be on the road as a therapy dog because it's difficult to travel.
Maybe I should refine that. I meant that a metaphorical road.
Oh.
if they want to be on the life path of having a therapy dog.
If you have a dog that has a good temperament, that's dog friendly and good with people, I mean, it's such rewarding work to do that, to be able to go places. And I mean, he gets a lot of hospice visit requests, which is not the easiest thing to do, but he's so good at it. And he just seems to recognize in people when they need him. And like we've traveled through the airport, and when he needs to meet someone, he needs to meet someone, and he will pull and whimper, and you can see he's very quiet. He doesn't make noise very often, but when he wants to go see that someone, he's got to go. And you know, sometimes people aren't open to a dog coming up to them, but in every scenario where he's done that, someone has lost a family member, lost a pet, gotten divorced. We had a reporter come out to visit us to do a story on getting and sitting in her lap. And she wasn't a dog person, she was a cat person. And here he got in her lap and she started to cry, and her cat had passed away the day before. And he just has this quirky way, like when we were in Orlando for the Pulse nightclub shootings.
You were in Orlando for the Pulse nightclub shootings.
Yes, we were first responders there. Yep.
Wow.
And we worked with, actually, Tito's Vodka paid for us to go out there. And he worked during the day with some of the victims and first responders. And then at night, he would go to fundraisers for the victims. So we were out there with Tito's, and the woman from Tito's had never met him or worked with him. So she came out, and we went to a large outside group, and there was probably over 1,000 people there. And as soon as we walked through the entrance, he pulled me over to a man. And I mean, people were everywhere, and he just went direct to this man. And here the man was a victim in the nightclub that he was there that night, and someone next to him had been shot. And we had no way of knowing that. And he just went right up to him. So
that is amazing. Yeah.
They know.
Michele,
they know.
Thank you so much for being on the show with us, sharing Aladdin and your work with us folks. As we wrap things up, is there somebody, Sherilyn, can you ask the question?
Is there anybody that you would love to give a gratitude shout out to today, Michele?
Yes, I would love to give a gratitude shout out to Heather Paul from State Farm. Heather runs all things dog State Farm, and she runs their arson program. They provide arson dogs to cities all over the United States for free. And they made it possible for us to go on the road and visit classrooms and schools. They had asked us if we wanted to participate in their program, Kindness is Powerful. And we said yes. We did a little post on our page. If you're a school and you'd like us to come visit, please reach out to us. And we thought we would get local schools, and we got schools from all over the United States.
Oh, yeah.
Thousands of requests for him to come and visit. So that was pretty amazing. And State Farm makes it possible for us to travel and visit these schools and spend time with the kids and teach them humane education, how to greet a dog. And so it's pretty.
Well, Michele and Aladdin, thank you so much for being on the show with us today. Can we see Aladdin one last time?
Yeah, so it's just going to move him over here.
We love you, Laddie. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter which angle you see Laddie from. He's gorgeous.
He's busy
Hi,
people watching
Laddie.
right now. He hears me calling him, but he doesn't know where it's coming from. Look, right here.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Laddie, baby.
Yeah.
He's so gorgeous.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for having us today.
You're welcome. All right. Take care, Michele. Bye.
Thank you, Michele.
Bye, Laddie.
Thank you, Laddie.
Well, that was really special. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Wow. What an inspiration.
Yeah, really.
Listen, we've gotten some wonderful comments going on here. And we've got a hi, Laddie from Patty Sims Morale. Hi, Patty. Hi, Laddie.
Hi, Patty.
Yeah, great to see you. And our favorite Sarah Smith from Saginaw. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Great to see you again. And thank you, Harsha. Thanks. Yeah. Where are you coming in from, Harsha? Please let us know. Yeah. So, do you have a shelter?
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Oh, look at this.
Oh,
Lori,
so nice.
we love Laddie. Yes. Oh, look.
We love Laddie.
Is that a pit bull right there, looks like?
Looks like.
Sure is.
Yeah.
You know, it's the owner, not the breed.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah.
Unless there's a genetic disorder or you're doing something wrong in your household, which again is the owner, not the breed. And I have fought for pit bulls. I've trained so many pit bulls and I love them. Love.
Beautiful. Well,
thank you, Lori.
yes. So as we wrap up here, my shelter shout out once again as we get into getting ready for fireworks goes to Pet Orphans, to thank you at Pet Orphans for introducing Spider and me on one of my film sets. And later this month, we'll actually show that 4th of July film where the very first time I met Spider was on our set making a 4th of July film.
I actually put that in the comments, Larry.
Oh,
I shared that.
oh, bless you. Thank you so much, Robbie. Yeah. Yeah. Do either of you want to give a shout out to anybody?
I have a shout out.
Yeah.
I'm going to give a shout out to all shelters to brace themselves because if people don't watch our show to learn how to handle your pet during 4th of July this year, we might overcrowd the empty shelters. And, you know, only I think it's 30% of the dogs that end up in shelters actually make it home.
Ouch.
It is a very low number. It's a very low number and it is distressing. So a shout out to all the shelter workers, all the shelters for all the work that you do. And I know it's time to brace ourselves for 4th of July. So we're going to do our best we can to help you not have to work so hard this time.
Yeah, bravo. Robbie, is there a rescue organization on your mind today?
You know, I don't have a rescue organization, but I want to give a shout out to my veterinarian. As you guys know, Henrietta is a senior. She'll be 16 in September. She is suffering from heart issues, hip issues. She's got a collapsing trachea. And it's like
going blind?
Yeah, she's blind and deaf.
Going blind. Mm-hmm.
But it's like I guess the veterinarian community at large that I can take her for cardiac ultrasound. She's on medication to manage all of her stuff. So it's like, I'm just grateful and give a shout out to all the vet professionals who are helping me keep Henrietta as safe and happy and healthy for as long as I can. That's
wonderful.
What I'm about today. You know, because I told you that I just got all of her medicines earlier. So, but I'm just amazed by that because my parents would not have done that. They wouldn't even have thought about this.
Wow.
It's true.
What a difference a generation makes.
It really does.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It is generational.
Blessing. Geraldine, who's on your mind for gratitude or blessing today?
Of course, it's Michele, because Michelle's act of kindness, her act of 100%, I'm all in regardless of what the situation presents with Aladdin, helped save him and therefore help save thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of lives. And it's probably exponential. I'm great at math, don't get me wrong, but I bet it's millions of people that Aladdin has helped save. Given purpose, given a goal, something to focus on. Hey, look, he had it way worse than you. You can do this. Like the message that she helped bring to the whole world, I don't think words can never be describe the gratitude I have for her. And people like her all over the world.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
They do a lot of amazing work.
Yeah.
Amazing. And changing the world with an insurance company about dog bites.
Yeah, that was
a real game changer.
Interesting story.
Changing the world.
Yeah. Wow.
So thank you, Michele and Aladdin. Thanks for surviving, Aladdin. Thanks for hanging in there. You could have crapped out at any moment and said, I'm out. Like you could have, and you didn't. And I think they're both amazing.
That's beautiful. Well, my gratitude and blessing goes to my girlfriend, Jen, who may be watching today. She really helps me understand. I appreciate her for so many things. One of the many things I appreciate about Jen is she helps me understand what's going on with me through these weird times of quarantine. We have a standing date with my parents. We play bridge online. My parents are teaching Jen and me to play bridge.
Oh, nice.
And we had a wonderful time once again on Saturday night. It was a big hot date night playing cards. And
love it.
Jen sent me, she ordered a book on how to play bridge for me. So I'm really learn it. So watch out, Mom and Dad. Jen and I are going to start to get
Hi, Jen.
Yeah.
Love that. Thanks, Jen.
Yeah.
Keep them busy.
That's right. Keep me out of mischief. Where's my mischievous little dog so we can say goodbye to the folks? We really appreciate all of you being up with us and sending out a big hug to all y'all. Come on, buddy. Oh, he's on the floor. He wants his busy box. Okay.
Wow.
He does.
Yeah. In that,
I'm really proud of him. I didn't hear very much barking.
Yeah.
Oh, there wasn't.
All right. Well, big hugs to all you at home. Thank you so much for joining us today. Our guest tomorrow is Sarah Clifford, movie dog trainer extraordinaire. Really excited because her new film that she trained the dogs in is Think Like a Dog, right?
Think Like a Dog.
Debuts tomorrow, and Sarah Clifford is going to be with us tomorrow with those movie dogs.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us.
And there we go. Bye.